Welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast. This episode has been brought to you by the Wine to Wine Business Forum 2022. This year will mark the 9th edition of the forum to be held on November 7th and 8th of 2022 in Verona, Italy. This year will be an exclusively in-person edition. The main theme of the event will be all-round wine communication. Tickets are on sale now, so for more information, please visit us at winetowine.net. Welcome to this special Italian Wine Podcast broadcast. This episode is a recording off Clubhouse, the popular drop-in audio chat. This Clubhouse session was taken from the Wine Business Club and Italian Wine Club. Listen in as wine lovers and experts alike engage in some great conversation on a range of topics in wine. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinepodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. And remember to subscribe and rate our show wherever you tune in.
Hello, everybody. My name is Stevie Kim, and welcome to Italian Wine Club on Clubhouse. Ciao, everybody. Ciao, ragazzi. Ciao, Laika. How are you? Where are you?
Still at home, so yeah, same.
Are you getting ready to get married? all over again?
Yeah, quite stressful, but getting there.
What do you mean? You're already officially married, so it's just another party, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of guests, so we just
How
thought
many
it's
guests?
150 guests.
Oh my goodness, are you out of your mind? Those
Anyway,
are too many people.
yeah.
Listen, Laika, tell us a little bit about the Ambassador's Corner for those who are unaware.
All right, so we've been doing the Ambassador's Corner for a year now, more than a year now. So this is the Clubhouse Ambassador's Corner. Stevie really likes to do matchmaking with the producer and the Italian wine ambassador. So it's actually
Yeah,
a
I don't know
win-win
if
for
I
them
would call
too.
it matchmaking. That sounds kind of sexy, but okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's allowing giving the spotlight for our ambassadors to also moderate and interview our producers, whoever they want to interview, their favorite Italian wine producers. So yeah, that's it. So we've been doing it for more than a year for now.
Oh my God, that's crazy, right? It seems like
Mm-hmm.
just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a very popular segment on the Italian Wine Podcast because, yes, we do record it on Clubhouse platform. They have excellent, excellent audio, I must say. And then we replay it on Italian Wine Podcast, wherever you get your pods. And we are really, really grateful for all of you who are listening in and supporting us because we've reached more than 3 million listens recently, and I think we might get pretty soon to 4 million if all things goes well. So Laika is our Clubhouse manager. However, I see also Joy. Joy's sitting right next to me in a booth. Hey, Joy. Hello, Joy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. Tell us a little bit about the genesis of Italian Wine Podcast.
The Genesis.
Well,
Wow,
not long,
okay.
just a skinny version.
Okay. Well, the Italian podcast began in 2017, and I think we started at about 14,000 listens in the first year, and then I lost track.
22,898.
Yeah, okay, you know the numbers better than me, but
Yes.
a couple of years ago, or not even, it was at 400,000, and then the pandemic hit, and it just exploded because I guess people started to really listen to podcasts more, and now we seem to be just growing at leaps and bounds, and now we have, rather than having one show, which is how we started, and then we had two, and then, we're now at 7 to 8, 9, sometimes 10 shows a week, and we just piggyback them in the afternoon. There's different types of shows, there's business, there's food and wine, there's a show called Voices, personal stories, and there's science, there's so much. And there's obviously your show as well, which is on Saturdays, which is On the Road Edition, which we also have our sister channel, Mama Jumbo Shrimp, and those videos get played there. And it's a really good symbiotic relationship with that show. So there we have it, Genesis.
Okay, great. Thank you for that, Joy. Joy is, of course, our producer for Italian Wine Podcast. She has the honor and privilege to man and coordinate all of our podcasters, including myself, which is no small feat, by the way. So thank you so much for your great work, and thank you everyone in the audience who have been supporting us. And pass the good word, spread the gospel about Italian wine and Italian wine people. There you go. So that's it. Let's bring on our moderator, Mod, Robert Maggi. Ciao, Robert.
Hi, ciao, Stevie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
So the queen died. Are you
I
upset?
know. Sad times. I am a little bit, I guess, but
Yeah.
no, it's strange being here. Actually,
Yeah,
that's
so
all we hear about.
Yeah, so Robert Maggi is his name. So he's half Welsh, and Maggi is the Italian part. By the way, is Marika your relative or wife
No, no,
or
no,
long
no.
lost sister, or
No, no, no. Well, not that I know of. There's no relation there, but
it's just by
um,
chance?
it is, and I guess there's a great connection there. So maybe who knows? Down the line, there's some sort of connection.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Robert is originally from Puglia, but as you can tell by his accent, he's now settled in Cardiff for the past 4 years, and he went to this funky university. I can't even pronounce it. It's Aberystwyth. How do you say that?
Aberystwyth.
Yeah. I mean, what's up with that name?
Aber is easier.
Yeah. Uni and it with management with a specialization in Spanish. Is that possible?
It is, yeah, yeah. They allow you to kind of mix and match. And so I wanted to learn another language. And so I went down the Spanish route.
Yeah, so you got the wine bug, I guess, a few years back, and you've done ice, then WSET, like many of us. And then finally, most importantly, you became the Italian wine ambassador with their last edition in London,
I
just
did.
a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I did. No, very exciting. And actually, I think I'm more nervous now than when I was on the morning of the exam.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So no, don't be nervous. This is really, really informal and easy.
Yeah, no, I know.
So congratulations again. We had a small session at the Institute of Masters of Wine, and it was really a lot of fun. So you also run your own company now, which is called Wines and Vines. What is that all about?
So we do actually focus a lot on native varieties from Italy. So those kind of lesser known varieties. We try to kind of inspire that sense of curiosity in consumers to try different wines that maybe they wouldn't normally have. And we try and work with smaller producers and give them a voice as well in probably the most difficult markets, wine markets in the world, really. So yeah, we're slowly making our way, through the markets, and I share this with two other partners who share my same passion for wine. And yeah, we're based in Cardiff at the moment. But yeah, we
And
have
you
an online
also
shop.
started like this like wine festival, right?
Yes, yeah. So we did finally. It was originally planned for 2020, but last June we managed to organise the first edition of the Cardiff Wine Festival. I thought that there was a need for kind of a wine event, and over 30 producers came over from Italy. And I thought it was nice to have that kind of connection between the consumers and the producers.
When did it take place?
It was the 25th of June.
Okay.
So we're already
Just
working
now.
on next year's edition. Yeah, just gone.
Oh, okay. So will there be a repeating performance?
Absolutely, yeah, we're already working on next year's edition. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit bigger as well. And
So
I
how
had a
do people get
few
in
other
touch
side.
with you if there are some wine producers who are listening in and they would like to participate?
Absolutely. So our website,
What is
Wines
it
and
called?
Vines,
Cardiff Wine Festival or something like that?
is the Cardiff Wine Festival website, or we're also on winesandvines.co.uk. There's all the information there to contact us, and my email is there.
Excellent, excellent. So
Absolutely.
now let's get on to the show. Robert, tell us why you've chosen Marika Maggi to be on the call today with you.
So I chose Marika. She's an incredible producer. Not only her wines are amazing, but Marika as a person as well is very special. And has played an important role and probably still does in my wine career. So I guess more people need to know about Marika and her great wines. And like you said, we actually share the last name.
Yeah.
So I guess I kind of see her as a big sister in many, many ways.
Okay. So what are, I'm a little bit obsessed about learning objectives. So what are we supposed to learn today after the call?
So hopefully we'll learn a bit more about the native grape variety Nero di Troia, Uva di Troia, and about a lesser known area from Puglia, which is down here. So we're in the northern part of Puglia for this one.
Oh, okay. I've never been. Okay. Well, very excited to listen in with the rest of us. So, okay, on to you now. And I will try to come back towards the end of the call to see if there are any questions, if we have any extra time left. Okay?
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so her passion for wine started from a young age. To open a bottle of wine is something special for her, full of meanings. From the early days as a student in Perugia, where she completed a master's in Tecniche di Abbinamento con Bevande Speciali, and where her passion for wine began, to being the owner and manager of an award-winning winery in Puglia. She looks after every aspect, from the production to the sales and all the marketing, applying a very personal approach to it, creating from the early days the brand I Love Melograno to promote their rosé wine, the first rosé wine made from Nero di Troia in the Danube region. She promotes her wines, uniting the production area, the culture, and the beauty of a region, focusing on native varieties, dedicating her body and soul to the goals she intends to achieve, with great enthusiasm and with a professional philosophy of life, reflecting all her knowledge in the business. She's active on all social media platforms, and her motto is Follow Your Dreams. It is my great pleasure to introduce you to Marika Maggi, owner of Cantina La Marchesa. Ciao, Marika.
Ciao. Hi, everybody. I am Marika Maggi from Cantina La Marchesa. Thank you, Stevie. I'm very excited because you are, for me, an icon, and thank you very much for this special experience. Thank you, Robert, for this opportunity.
No problem.
Cantina La Marchesa Winery was born about 20 years ago. That is a great love story between me and my husband, Sergio. Sergio is a family tradition, and he's the third generation. He's growing up in the vineyard. And my passion for the wine is a great matching. Maybe in the future, our son Mattia Louis, if you want to follow our dream, he will be the fourth generation. But I don't know because he's very, very young. And we live in Daunia, a very special place for me. And we have 15 hectares in the farm. And we have only native indigenous grapes like Nero di Troia, Montepulciano, Bombino Bianco, Palanghina, Aglianico.
Perfect. So how's vintage going these days? Is it a bit nice vintage? Is it a busy vintage?
Now we have in the middle of harvest, and this vintage is fantastic. We have 1 week, and tomorrow we work with Montepulciano. And tomorrow we pick up the Nero di Troia for to make my favorite wine, red wine, il Nerone della Marchesa. Is a Nero di Troia 100%.
Ah, fantastic. By the way, everybody, if you happen to be in Puglia, please do go by to Marika. Her door is always open, even during harvest. and she will have a bottle of wine open for you. So, Marika, you mentioned you live in Daunia. This is probably a lesser known area from Puglia,
Yeah,
but nevertheless, it's a very interesting area. What's so special about this area?
the Dania is not very famous like Salento, but is a place with a rich in history. And a lot of wine has always been produced in this area. But Robert, 20 years ago, there are few producer. Everyone preferred to sell the wine. But now the situation is changed because the new generation prefer to make the wine and to start with new winery. I'm very proud to see around my winery the others producer to make wine with a native grape because it's important for the history for the story the history about the area, you know.
Of course. No, no, it's great,
And
and
especially
it's
yeah, and especially because my city where I live, me and Sergio with my family, is very very beautiful, is older. The name is Lucera. Is older than Rome.
oh
In
wow.
the past, my grandfather tell me maybe the Lucera is the mother of Rome. We have beautiful monuments like a big amphitheater and a very beautiful castle. And I have the vineyards in front of the castle of Federico II.
Oh wow, amazing.
Yes.
And of course, all your vineyards are all surrounded around your the winery and your house, really. So grapes never travel too far from the vineyards to the cellar.
We have 15 hectares around 300 meters around the cellar. It's very important for to protect and conserve the aromas of the grapes. And the vinification is very fast because the tractor come very fast in the winery.
That's great. So, of
Yeah,
course, you've mentioned now just before that tomorrow you'll be starting picking Nero di Troia, Uva di Troia. So,
yeah.
alongside Primitivo and Negramaro, Puglia really is the third variety from Puglia is Uva di Troia, which is becoming very popular and showing great potential to really become a great variety. Can you tell us maybe a little bit more about the variety?
Yes, I think the Primitiva and Negramaro are very famous just because they were born in areas and that start earlier than Nero di Troia. But Nero di Troia is a wonderful grape. I think when I drink very good Nero di Troia, I think it's like for similar, like a Pinot Noir, because your color is not very uh, too much red, but it's very elegant, and your potential is more interesting. And especially when you made, I am proud of this, you made Nero di Troia with Sumaril. Sumaril is the dialect name of the special Nero di Troia.
Is it like a clone, right? A specific
Yes,
clone of Nero di Troia.
yes, is a specific. Yes, very small area as this kind of the clone. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's still some confusion when it comes to the different clones of Uva di Troia. There's kind of different biotypes, but yeah, I think more research is needed, right, to kind of come to the bottom and understand better the genetics of this
Yeah.
variety.
Yes, because we have two kind of clone, acino piccolo and acino grande, small and big. But me and Sergio, we have a vineyard that is 40 years old with acino piccolo, and the name is the Sommelier. But now in the nursery, produce a clone with a larger grape. So I think it's too easier to find it.
Okay. So newer wineries or newer plantings will have the kind of larger berry, which is easier to find and maybe a little bit more reliable.
Yes,
Would that be correct?
yes, Robert. But I think it's necessary to make a study with the university, with the support of a university, for to research this kind of grape. Same
Sure,
history in Salento, for Susumaniello. No, it's
sure.
important to make a research and invest for research.
Yeah, hopefully, we'll in the next kind of few decades we'll be able to know a little bit more. And of course, Nero di Troia is one of the latest varieties to ripen as well in Puglia, so it can be a long harvest for producers who work with Nero di Troia.
Yes, and now the weather is changed, and you can imagine in the past, me and Sergio start the vintage in the second part of September, and for to pick up the Nero di Troia start in the 1st of October. But now the weather change, and you it's necessary to follow the weather, and we start in the second part of the August for the Metodo Classico, and for Nero di Troia in the middle of September.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's crazy. This climate change is real.
Yes, you use only the meteorologic station for to control the weather, and you made an grado zuccherino, the sugar you control for to pick up the grape.
Yeah,
Yes,
and obviously rain is
yes.
basically inexistent apart from the day of my wedding. So sorry, a little bit of a going out of tracks here. Sorry, Stevie, but yeah, I got married a couple of weeks ago, and it actually rained. It
Yeah.
actually rained in Puglia, the 12th of
Yes, in
August. So
Puglia. Yeah,
probably the only day of summer. But anyway,
maybe for to self confidence with the weather in the Cardiff, Robert.
I know. Well, it was 35 degrees in Cardiff while it was raining in Puglia. So yeah,
Yeah,
crazy. But no.
crazy.
So
Yeah.
when we talk about Puglia, Marika, you obviously think about rosé wines. And like I mentioned, you were probably the first producer in down here to produce a rosé wine with Nero di Troia. And maybe your most iconic wine, the most representative for you, is Il Melograno. Have you always believed in rosé wines or in this type of wine?
Oh, yes, it's an identity, territorial identity for me. I growing up with rosé wine. You can imagine when I was young, my especially in the summer, people in especially in Lucera, no, people drink only rosé because don't drink white wine, and the red wine is too strong because in the summer
Too hot.
we have too much sun. It's very hot, and I growing up with rosé wine, and for me and Sergio is very very iconic wine, and we start with the rosé wine. The most famous wine for me and Sergio is the Melograno, especially because Sergio is the first producer to use this grape variety in Daunia to create a rosé wine. In the first step, people is wary because usually the producer use the Montepulciano in this area for to make a rosé wine. And people in the first tell me, no, I don't drink rosé, please. But why? No, the Nero di Troia is too strong. Really? But it's necessary to taste the wine. And now, after 20 years, we have too much followers, and people call me for the other country for to drink the rosé. And I made a different product with my rosé. In the past, I made with my friends a pastry chef, um, Italian, Apulian panettone with rosé wine.
Oh wow!
And I made, yes, with pastry chef, chocolatier, very, very interesting chocolatino with inside the rosé wine, a gelée
Ah yes, I
of
think
rosé
I
wine.
tried this one. It was amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. And
I
I'm
love
happy to
to
say that
make
you.
different. Yeah,
I'm happy to say that you didn't kind of surrender. I know that a lot of producers are kind of looking for that Provence style, and when it comes to the color of rosé wine, and they go paler and paler. But I'm happy to say that your Melograno, your rosé wine, it's quite a dark rosé wine.
you can imagine this period, especially in this period. The producer, especially in Apulian, I'm so sorry for this critic, change the color for to follow the customers and change the rosé wine with different color, like in Italian say petalo di cipolla, but is not not our color because we have a sun
Of
and
course.
is an identity.
No, I can tell you from my experience here in the UK. When people they think it's a red wine, they think it's a light red wine. But
Yeah.
then obviously when they taste it, everybody is happy. So no, it definitely is a great wine, and I think it really represents what Puglia is. Puglia is a major producer of red wine, rosé wines. So it's great to see that you still kind of resistant to the marketing temptations.
Especially when me and Sergio created the Melograno in the first vintage, the name Melograno, or in English pomegranate, recall the color of the bunch of the fruit.
Ah,
It's same
wow!
color, but
I
is
thought it
a
was more
very
for the flavors that the wine.
yes, yes. I love this kind of a tree. I have a tree in the farm, and is a beautiful fruit. And when I eat the bunch of the melograno, the pomegranate, sorry, I recall my wine.
Amazing.
Italian Wine Podcast. If you think you love wine as much as we do, then give us a like and a follow anywhere you get your pods.
Yeah.
But Marika, we're going to move on now to probably my favorite wine from your production, which is Il Capriccio. There's a lovely story behind this wine. So Capriccio in English it's like tantrum. It's like kids tantrums, and this really is your tantrum, right?
Yes, yes, it's a funny history, Robert, because the women make too much, too much capricci, or in English, tantrum. And when I asked to my husband a gift for my first birthday. I
Your
asked
40th.
to make the yes for because the capriccio born for my 40th birthday is a challenge for
40.
me because my husband asked me what gift do you want for your special birthday, and I told him I want to create a wine in my style. And my husband in the winery tell me, "What? You are crazy? What do you want?" Yes, I want to make a white wine in a special way. Tell me what, Marika, please. Yes, I want to make a wine with a fermentation in French barrel. And I want to make a wine with a creamy, with a full body, a special wine. And my husband tell me, Marika, it's a risk because it's too difficult to understand for Italian, especially for Apulian people, because I start to work in a Puglia region. Uh, Still wine, simple, because Robert, people think that it's possible to make a good white wine only in the north, in Trentino, in Friuli. And I tell to my husband, okay, Sergio, no problem. I made a wine. eh, if I don't sell the wine in every place, I drink the wine with my friends, no problem. And he followed
And
me
did you drink it
because,
with your friends, or did you manage to sell it?
yes, no, now I drink the wine with my friend and with my customer.
Yeah, no, it's a great wine, and it's a great story. It really. I remember when I came to visit you, we opened some really
Yeah.
old vintages, and it's an incredible wine, and not one that you'd expect from Puglia.
I organize a big party, and a very famous artist, Arianna Greco, uh, give me another gift, the label of my wine. She is a very famous Enoic artist. She painted with my wine, and
Oh wow!
is a very, very interesting gift because my friend is a professional photographer, Claudio Brufola, give to Arianna my photo is a beautiful imaging, and Arianna painted the label. And during the party, I organized a special event for Arianna with your painting, and I introduced during the party Arianna, the photographer, and the wine.
Ah, wow! I know. I think I met Arianna in Miami when we were together doing some promotional works. And I
Yeah,
guess that's where we really met. And
I remember.
she is a very talented artist. So she actually paints
Yeah,
with wine.
yeah.
It's amazing. And of course, now you have another surprise, which obviously we cannot
Now
reveal
I am
yet.
already
But another big
working.
birthday is on the way next year, so there's another tantrum
Oh,
coming, right?
yes. Yes, now I am already working on my new project for my 50 years. And my husband are very,
Io
very
capisco.
scary. But we work together during the vintage. But now maybe is uh, is happy because is another capriccio maybe.
Exactly. By the way, I need to make a shout out to Sergio. He is a great guy. Everybody who meets him, he's
Yeah, yeah,
you know you don't. It's not someone you forget about very easily, and he loves his vineyards maybe more than you. But
yeah.
no, no, he's
He
fantastic.
married with the vineyard, you know.
I know. No, he's a great guy.
Yeah,
And Marika, so maybe I wanted to ask you as well about a very specific dock, a DOC from Puglia. Maybe you're one of a handful of wineries in the area there who still produce a catch meat.
yeah.
What's this catch meat all about?
Yes, is a little DOC. Cacemite di Lucera is an expression in dialectal expression. Put and take away very fast. Today there are only 5 producers, and 5 years ago we have that created a consortium. But unfortunately, here in the south, it is difficult, to create a very good team for to work together. I'm so sad for this because I have intention for to explain this wine. It is very interesting. Red wine is a blend. Our production, our recipe used Nero di Troia, Montepulciano, just a little bit of Bombino Bianco, but it's possible to use Sangiovese. I
Okay.
prefer to use Nero di Troia. Is a very interesting. Is a same method like Chianti style.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah, it's very interesting wine, and now people research for to study this wine. Yeah.
So, of course, now the tradition of catch meat originally it probably would have been a rosé wine, right?
Yes, because the dialect expression is put and take away very fast, and the producer imagine is short maturation, and in general, short maturation is usually is a rosé wine, but when the situation change, and in the past in Lucera there is only one cooperativa is a group of producer change the style of the wine and become red for because
Ah,
people in the world ask red wine and not rosé.
okay, so basically, historically, there was only one winery available for all the people who had vineyards, and they had a
Yeah.
limited time to use the facility, and so to put
Yes.
and take away the grapes, and so it would have been a very quick turnaround for everybody.
Yes, very quick,
Okay.
especially because in the past there aren't more place for to make a vinification, and people pay for to make the wine. Too much time in the winery, too much money for to make a wine,
Oh, man, of
and
course.
the vinification is very fast.
Okay, well, luckily things have changed now, so
Yeah, yes.
Cacciamiti
Now,
is a very
yeah,
interesting wine.
yeah.
And yeah, hopefully a few more producers will join you in this adventure, I guess, or in this project.
Now, sorry, I don't understand the
No, I said
questions because
hopefully a few more producers from down here will join you in this project, and bring Cacciamiti back.
yes,
Uh,
is the cooperativa. Cooperativa is the first producer, and after, in the same age, Sergio with the other producer Paolo Petrilli.
okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Right, Marika, I think we're going to move on now from your wines. And you are, of course, are a woman in wine, and you're very active within the Donne del Vino. I believe you are the first one, the first member of the Donne del Vino from down here, and you play a major role in the Donne del Vino in Puglia. And I guess you must feel like a role model for many female entrepreneurs.
Yes, I am a woman of wine. Is the largest women's association of the wine in the world. Now it has more than 900 members, and there are inside producers, sommelier, winemakers, and I'm very proud to work in a Puglia team because I believe in important rules of female now in the Robert, not many women played an important role in this industry. Now the situation is changed. When I start 20 years ago, I think I don't see too much women in this industry, and now I'm very proud to make positive example for my young colleagues, because I love to work with the women and I love your flexibility, you know.
Yeah.
And I hope for the future too much girls work in in this world, because it's beautiful.
No, it's great. It's great to see, and it's great to see so many talented female winemakers as well.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely it's, and I always follow when I follow you. You know, there's always something to do with the association, and you know, you're always looking for the next project. I feel like every time we speak over the phone, you know, you have a new project on the go, and in fact, your latest project that only was released a couple of months ago is another rosé wine, of course, but this time it's a sparkling wine, Metodo Classico from Alianico.
Yes, so this is another another dream, because I am a dreamer, my style. And with Sergio, we made a very small production with a Ianico grape, a rosé metodo classico padosé, and that aged 42 months on the lease. Every process is manual, and my husband follow everything step by step. And
Amazing.
yes, I'm very proud, because especially mm, after this pandemic period, you think in different way. And I choose his name during this period, because I reflect it in this moment, very very scary, and
Yeah,
this is the reason for I call it the sparkling wine l'istante della Marchesa, because I think I understand. I mean, that beautiful things do not last long, are simple instants.
wow, that's very intense, and but you're right there. You know, it's all about those special moments and making the most. And obviously, you've studied every little detail about this
Yeah,
wine, including the little cage that goes on top
yeah.
of the cork, right?
I take care of every detail, because I love the details, and his muslet as a stamp and a poem by Alda Mirini, is a very famous poem, Italian poem, and printed inside a special poem. But it's a secret. If you drink the wine, you read the poem.
Amazing. I was very lucky that Marika actually brought, and Sergio brought a case of this wine at my wedding. So it was very special. It was the first time I tasted it, and it was a very special wine. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So but now you know you're not a big winery. How many bottles do you produce?
But it depends from the vintage, because it's necessary to understand the vintage. Now, I think this year, 18, 80 bottle in total for six labels, because
So
I
eighty
have
thousand
six labels. Yeah, 80.
80,000 baht. And of course,
Yeah.
you're well distributed in Puglia. Your wines, you know, you especially in your area. But you can find your wines now all over the world. How important is for you to export, and how difficult it can be for a small winery like yours to approach new markets or bigger markets?
Is a very good questions, because I have my personal opinion about export markets, because for me is necessary to explain the place, the tradition, the grapes, the history, the family. Is not for me. It's not important to sell only the wine and you put my wine in the markets. No, it's not my style. Every year, I go for 2 weeks in the United States, and I visit with my importer now, my client, and I organize the wine tasting, the course for to um, explain which is the best pairing to my wines and your dishes. Is necessary to explain the culture, and I want to explain my dream to my customer. And this year, in February, I visit my importer in United States, and I have with me my friend, a professional photographer, and she followed me for to make a video, a photo for and to collect some material for to explain my work in Italy. And I yeah, my support in the States, in the United States, for to teach the people about my area, because the Italy is very big, and Apulia region is very big. People don't understand how many kind of wines and grapes, and is necessary to support.
No, I agree, and obviously when you have a producer, they're explaining firsthand, is it's a totally different experience. And of course, we can talk about Puglia all day and about your wines all day, but there's nothing like then experiencing firsthand and actually visiting then the winery. And you're quite active when it comes to wine tours, and your door is always open to people who want to visit.
Yes, I'm. Before the pandemic period, I organized a very important tour in incoming with my porters and the client from Florida for 1 week. And now we restart in this November. And I follow my client for 6 days. And we stay together in Lucera, and we visit together the other place. I showed my restaurant with the traditional dishes, and I teach how do you make the Italian orecchiette, the Apulian orecchiette, but now is an international place.
Of course.
And I receive before the interview a picture to my to a couple of guys that use my orecchiette with tomato for tomato orecchiette con la rucola. Is fantastic because is another goal for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, it must feel quite rewarding as well. And obviously, I do feel like many regions, other regions in Italy, have done much more when it comes to wine tourism, and make it more accessible. And we all know that Puglia has nothing to envy to these other regions, but surely much more can be done. And what do you think, in practical terms, it needs to be done to develop this part of the industry?
I think if you have human contact and you organize a class and you organize travel and you stay with the people from the other country and you explain your um, your philosophy, people are curious to learn about you, and especially that you made with your wine the history behind the bottle.
Yeah, people. I find that this as well. A lot of consumers are more curious. They want to know more about who's behind the bottle. They want to know how the wine is made. There's definitely more curiosity out there, so it's definitely a good sign.
Yes, when I have a guest, I invent a special moment, the table in the winery where my husband and me work every day. And people look around the stand still with the wine and taste the fresh wine. And it's amazing. And like you see the people very surprised for to live this experience, because people now want human contact and beautiful experience, because the wine is is an experience,
No, I
is
agree.
a product for to organize people around the table.
I agree, especially after the last couple of years where
Yeah,
human contacts have were very limited. So it's good to be back, and no, I can't wait to come and visit you again.
yeah, I hope soon.
Ah, good. How was these last few years for you? These, with the pandemic, how did you find? Obviously, you've luckily survived, and was it very difficult?
But I have more a private client, and the people now follow the social media, no, and it's possible to restart or invent another way for to show your work. I think it's important, especially during this moment, you use the positive vibes, positive approach for to invent a new style, because the life change and people change. Is necessary to our flexibility for me. And for me, the future is positive, because I am a positive person and I want to make better for the future.
That's great. No, that I think that's the only attitude that really we need to have. We have to continue and be positive. And obviously, good things happened with a glass of wine,
Because
I guess.
Robert, I know very well the problems, but people don't want to see the problems. Is necessary to offer a positive experience, because people open the television, listen the radio, travel, and look around the problems. Is necessary and a positive approach.
No, I agree. That's a good point. How we doing with time? I'm not sure. Are we still okay to go?
Okay, well, very, very good. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Marika. And Robert, thank you so much. We do have two questions coming in from the audience. One is from Valentina Severinova. We just had met Valentina in the Campania Stories Gita Scolastica. She's our Italian wine ambassador from Russia, and she asked, Marika, you mentioned that there are more women in wine industry. Do you think that women bring more emotions in wine production? And what is different in the approach of men and women in winemaking, winery, managing, etc.? Do you find that women feel everything better? So that's a kind of a long-winded question. And there is just quickly, another question coming in from Jing, our colleague from the office. Marika, would you please suggest one local Puglia dish and an Italian common dish with red wine made of Troia, and explain the pairing reason? So, Marika, I know it's a lot and we only have a few minutes left. If you'd like to address those two questions coming from Valentina and Jing.
Yes, thank you, Stevie. For first questions, I think the difference is the soul, your personal soul, and your positive approach. I think is that the women are a different mentality, and usually use the problem solving every day in the family, in the work, you know. For the second questions, I think is a very good matching orecchiette with ragu. Is an Italian sauce with the meat and vegetables.
Yeah, I
Is a
think everybody
good
knows
matching
ragu.
with yes, ragu is an Italian. Every family has a personal recipe. If you can visit Stevie, I have mine. And I think it's a very good matching.
Okay, excellent. So we're just in time. I'm going to close up the room. I'm just going to bring back Laika. Hello, Laika.
Hi, Stevie.
Can you just tell us who's on next?
Okay. I'm still finalizing the lineup, but then we probably have two for the next ones, but another confirmed will be for October 1. So we've got here Pablo Fernandez.
Oh, Pablo. Yes,
Yeah.
we met Pablo actually in Clubhouse. Now he's also Robert. You did the course with him, and you're both our
Ciao,
Italian
Pablo.
wine
Yeah,
ambassador.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So he's going to interview Angelo Varvaglione on October 10 on a Monday. It's a little bit the schedules are a bit odd right now because the harvest season is ongoing.
Yes,
So
I know it's kind of
yeah.
difficult for the producers.
Yes, yeah. So we've got that one.
Okay, great. That's it for now. So you guys stay tuned and we'll get you next time. And don't forget to subscribe to Italian Wine Podcast, wherever you get your pods. And also our sister channel. Check it out, YouTube channel. It's called Mama Jumbo Shrimp. And I am signing off. Ciao ragazzi, grazie Robert, grazie
Ciao,
Marika.
ciao,
Alla
Stevie.
prossima.
See you
Grazie,
soon. Ciao.
grazie. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Sip, sip, and spit. Once again, here we go. Swirl, sniff, sip, spit.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode brought to you by the Wine to Wine Business Forum 2022. This year will mark the 9th edition of the forum, to be held on November 7th and 8th, 2022, in Verona, Italy. Remember, tickets are on sale now, so for more information, please visit us at winetowine.net. Hi guys, I'm Joy Livingston and I am the producer of the Italian Wine Podcast. Thank you for listening. We are the only wine podcast that has been doing a daily show since the pandemic began. This is a labor of love and we are committed to bringing you free content every day. Of course, this takes time and effort, not to mention the cost of equipment, production, and editing. We would be grateful for your donations, suggestions, requests, and ideas. For more information on how to get in touch, go to ItalianWinePodcast.com.